Welcome back to Hannity, and tonight we continue to examine what Republicans really think about the GOP field. And when Frank Luntz spoke with a focus group of voters in New Hampshire about New Jersey Governor Chris Christie, as you're about to see, well, the conversation became very heated over an embrace that took place back in 2012. Watch this.
I can't get the picture out of my mind of after Superstorm Sandy when Obama landed in New Jersey and he just cuddled right up to him.
That's right. He comes off as arrogant.
Very arrogant, very condescending.
I never forgave him for hugging Obama.
Right.
Yeah, it's just a hug.
I agree with that.
I can't let it go.
You don't have to embrace him. There's multiple pictures on different visits where he's sitting there full embrace. Shake his hand.
It was a complete shakedown when he was hugging Obama. He claims he's for small government. We had natural disasters before there was a FEMA agency, and now he's cuddling up to him to get more money.
But at that point in time, you had a natural disaster. New York City had been whacked. The Jersey coast had been whacked. You got to work together at that point in time to fix the problem.
I think we're just making too much out of a photo. I mean, if you actually look at his state and how it's been for the past 4 years that he's been governor, it hasn't gotten any better. So, I mean, we have to look at that record.
You also have to remember that New Jersey is a 75% blue state. That's why he had to do it.
Also, taxes through the roof, which haven't gone down under his leadership. He's supposed to be for small government. Taxes have gone up under his leadership.
He's in a blue state. He's a Republican. And what does he do? He acts like a Democrat.
Frank Luntz is still with us. You know, I said to the governor when I interviewed him, I was still angry about, he says it wasn't a hug. All right. I was still angry about that. That hurt Mitt Romney. You know, Andrew Cuomo didn't invite him in, nor did Michael Bloomberg. But Chris Christie did. It's obviously, you have a very well-informed group of voters there. They didn't forget like I didn't forget.
Well, it's tough. And I have to tell you, and I don't know if you've got a soundbite, Chris Christie's language does better than any other candidate. I mean, his say what you mean what you say approach, he's scoring incredibly high on the dials. Maybe only Rubio and Walker come close to him. But when you ask questions about what you think of him, you get those responses right there. They love what they hear from him, but they're still deeply mad at him.
Let me go to Scott Walker, and this is from his announcement speech. We were there in Wisconsin at the time. Let's roll the tape.
Americans deserve a president who will fight and win for them. Someone who will stand up for the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Someone who will stand up for our religious freedoms and all of our other constitutional rights. Someone who will stand up for America. You see, it doesn't matter whether you come from a big city or a suburb or a small town. I will fight and win for you.
Very solid remarks, the way you like it, without any notes. He's not reading a speech. That resonated pretty well.
There's no sport coat. I didn't even see a tie with him. He's casual, he's committed, he's passionate, but he's not yelling at you. Chris Christie, and I want to say this carefully, Chris Christie too often yells at his audience, and the audience doesn't like it. Walker does it exactly as it should be done for Republican primary voters, right. And he's one of the people I'm going to be watching on Thursday night. Does he bring the passion? Because I know that he's got the language.
All right, let's go to Scott Walker with the focus group and see what they have to say about him.
Wisconsin's not exactly the most conservative state in the country. He's done well there.
Exactly. It's a liberal state, and he's won 3 elections out of 4 years.
Recalls.
He can fight the unions, and he's proven that he can fight the unions.
And that matters to you.
Yes, it does.
One of the big things we need to talk about is he fought the public sector unions. That's huge. Roosevelt was against public sector unions. He fought it. He won in that state, which is a huge accomplishment. So kudos to him. He's doing a great job up there.
I work in education, and I think that as a university person, that tenure was important. I don't think it belongs in public sector. So I'm not pro-union, and I never was.
So you support what he's done?
Yeah.
I agree with a lot of the positions he's taken, and especially this battle with the unions. I don't think he's really prepared to go into the foreign policy realm as president. I think that's one of the most central issues in this election, and I think that's one that he just doesn't have the experience.
I don't think he really knows about immigration. We just saw a clip and he said immigration is a simple problem. That's definitely not true. I'm a Texan, and I think it's one of the most complex problems that this country faces right now.
Sometimes you look at what the opponent, how they treat a person, and they pulled all the stops to keep him away. They're afraid of him. They went to his parents' house. They went to his house. They protested. They picketed. And they closed down the State House, but he continued the course, and that's what we need.
Pretty positive remarks. Reaction.
He's got exactly the attributes that they're looking for. It's one of the reasons that by 72 to 28, Republicans want a governor instead of a senator. He did exactly what they want him to do. His record is well known in Iowa, New Hampshire. It's one of the reasons why he is doing as well as he is in the polls right now.
You think Trump sustains?
Yes, I do.
All right, Frank
I think
Luntz.
that Trump continues to build on his support. I think that people who are against him will stay against him. He's not going anywhere.
All right. Thank you, Frank. Great work. And we'll see you back here tomorrow night. Appreciate you being with us. Coming up, another undercover video exposing Planned Parenthood has now been released. One of the most disturbing next. We'll play it for you and our question of the day straight ahead.